Hey, how's it going? So I wanted to discuss this idea that as musicians and creative people, or just patrons in general of the social environment on the web, that we have to be constantly creating content or the algorithm will miss us. And the only truth to that has to do with advertisers. So any major network that you are a part of that sells advertising, you're beholden or they're beholden to the people buying advertisement. So you essentially, the more you're active online, the more eyes see the ad. So you don't have to constantly post content. I don't care what people tell you, unless you could prove it to me that that's a fact. I will be a student and say you were right, but so far that's not true. And there's enough evidence to show that the algorithm is tied to the amount of advertising that gets placed at any given time. And the more active you are and the more social you are, meaning engaging with other people's content and not just being self serving, will pay more in dividends than paying for advertising ever will. Because unless you're already a household name, it takes months, maybe even years sometimes to get any traction for what you're doing. So showing up every day is important, and doing some good work is important, and then putting it out there when it makes sense. There are some times of the day, like in the morning before work, during lunchtime, and in the evening when people are just scrolling ready for bed. Those are good times to post. But when there's a insecurity about posting and how it's going to affect your bottom line and how people are going to feel like unseen if they stop posting for any length of time is just not true. I'm not a content creator. I'm not good at that stuff. I just want to perform, but I have to sort of allow people the privilege of seeing what's going on with me and vice versa. I want to know what's happening with everyone out there. And social media is like a Rolodex for me. I look at that in light of all this. So, I use some other things like Bands in Town and things, Bandcamp and now Subvert.fm that draw direct traffic to people who are just fans of music and art and culture. And I'm not interested in the masses because they don't have any relation to what I do. So I think that if you have anything to add to this, I'd be happy to know because so far there's so many myths associated with being online and what it means to be an artist versus a content creator. Now, content creator is somebody like a YouTuber or a podcaster, and that's great. They do that very well. But you don't have to be that and then be an artist. And you just post when it feels right, post good content, and engage with other people. Just don't be so self-serving, and everything will work out. All right, talk soon.